Have you ever wondered if there are places where everything is different? Not just another country or city, but fundamentally other. Where the laws of logic you rely on simply crack. Where wanting tea instead of coffee isn't just a whim, but a choice that splits reality, sending you tumbling down a rabbit hole to a world where shadows are too deep and the space under your bed truly hides something far worse than dust. I, Yegor Dmitrievich Martynov, a reporter by trade and a skeptic by nature, always laughed at such thoughts, until I fell through one of those cracks myself. It started when I overslept. I jumped out of bed, my head sick with sleep, and realized I was late for a crucial report across the city. In my panic, I made a split-second decision to use the nearest metro station, one I'd passed 100 times but never entered. It wasn't on my line, but it seemed like a brilliant shortcut. The moment I approached its entrance, a cold dread settled in my gut. From a distance, it looked normal, but up close, something was off. It wasn't just quiet, it was soundless. The air was still, smelling not of millions of people, but of cold ash and oxidized iron. I dismissed it as paranoia and rushed down the stairs into the throat of the underground. The platform was desolate, not a soul, a dead silence broken only by a persistent hum in my own ears. The electronic display dutifully showed red digits, 16 minutes. That number, 16, burned itself into my mind. The train arrived exactly on time, an old battered thing, but with a sickly fluorescent glow blazing from its empty carriages. Absolutely empty. I told myself it was just an off-peak hour and jumped in. The doors hissed shut, sealing me in. I fell asleep to the monotonous rumble of the wheels.
I woke with a jolt. My mouth tasted of blood and metal. Only 10 minutes had passed. I stepped onto the platform and froze. It was my station. The same tiles, the same columns. Must have looped back, I thought. I climbed the stairs to the exit and stopped. Beyond the glass doors, it wasn't the morning sun that waited, but a thick, visceral darkness. I pushed the door open. Unfamiliar constellations hung overhead. A cold wind, reeking of ozone and cinders, threw a handful of grit into my face. Night? But how? I'd only slept for 10 minutes. I trudged towards my apartment, and with every step, reality frayed at the edges. The neighborhood was mine, but distorted, like a funhouse mirror. The streetlights glowed dimly, their light not piercing the gloom, but emphasizing its depth. Near the dumpsters, in a pool of profound shadow, lay a body. My first thought was a drunk, but we never had those here, ever. A sticky, morbid curiosity pulled me closer. One step, then another. It wasn't a drunk. The body by the trash was dead, and it was me. The same eyes, the same scar on the brow, the same mole on the cheek, but older, by 5 years. Wrinkles around the eyes, the first gray hairs. He was wearing my old jacket, the one I'd thrown out last week. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't the future. This was elsewhere. I ran back to the station. The only living person in this dead night, a man staring at his phone, answered my frantic question about the date. September 16th, 25. My phone said September 1st. The same year, but my doppelganger was older. This wasn't a jump in time, it was a parallel, and here I was dead.
The station vestibule breathed emptiness. The flickering emergency lights cast not shadows, but something else,
black, pulsating silhouettes on the walls. The clock showed 22:22. I waited. At exactly 2300, a ghost train crawled from the tunnel. I stepped into its bright, empty belly. This time, I emerged into hell. The vestibule of Lenin Square Station was a wreck. Emergency lights strobed, revealing shattered turnstiles, torn apart as if by a colossal force. The air was thick, bitter with smoke and decay. I stepped outside. The world I knew was gone. The city was a scorched skeleton, scoured by a wind so cold it seemed to steal my soul. Buildings stood with empty window sockets. Acrid steam seeped from cracks in the asphalt. Rusted car skeletons formed permanent traffic jams of death. The silence was deafening, oppressive, broken only by the groan of shifting debris and a whisper that seemed to come from the very walls. I walked home. My legs carried me on autopilot, avoiding not just cracks in the pavement, but wounds in the world itself. My university was a fortress, windows sandbagged, walls scarred by bullets and soot. My heart ached with a profound, hollow sorrow. What happened here? My apartment building had survived. A miracle. The front door was torn from its hinges. Inside, it smelled of damp, death, and despair. The door to my apartment was ajar. Inside, I found signs that someone had been living here but had left about 2 weeks ago. A fine layer of dust, empty cans. I cleaned up, grasping for an illusion of control, and went to sleep, praying for answers in the morning. Around 1 a.m., someone knocked. The sound was persistent but not violent. It stopped as suddenly as it started. And then I realized he'd gone upstairs to get in through the balcony. I'd left it open. I rushed into the room, but I was too late. He stood in the doorway, the other me, gaunt, exhausted, with dark hollows for eyes. His gaze was a mix of panic and rage. He clutched a crude, homemade pistol. "Who the hell are you?" His voice was raspy from disuse. "Another one of their masks?" "Easy," I said, raising my hands, trying to sound calm. "I'm not one of them. I'm you, from another place." After a few minutes of frantic explanation, he lowered the gun. His shoulders slumped. "I see. So you escaped. You want to go back? I'm coming with you. I'm tired of surviving here alone." "What happened here?" I asked. He told me, not a war, not a revolution. Some organization, New Life, had set up in Chernobyl, experimenting. Something went wrong. They created creatures from dead flesh. The things mutated, learned to replicate. But they're ravenous. They consume all life in an area, then starve, leaving only a scorched void behind. "And you've lived like this?" I asked, horrified by his sunken face. 2 years. Now get some sleep. We head for the metro at dawn. But know this, one of those things, almost dead itself, has been hunting me for 2 months. It's alone, but it's clever. In the morning, we set off. We were almost at the station when it burst from behind a collapsed wall. A desiccated, spidery thing with a face like melted plastic. The other me drew his weapon, fired, but as the creature fell, dying, it lunged, and tore his leg off at the knee. "This is bad," he groaned, and I saw black venomous veins crawling up from the wound. "Run, there's no antidote for their bite. When you hear the shot, don't look back, just run and live. A normal life, not like mine, not like his, in the trash." I ran. I didn't look back. A couple of minutes later, a single, final gunshot echoed behind me. I burst into the underground hall. The clock over the tunnel read 10:45. The display announced a train at 11. I stood and watched as the familiar train, with its unbearably bright lights, crawled from the black mouth of the tunnel. The doors opened. I stepped inside. They closed with a soft, final hiss. The train moved, carrying me into the impenetrable darkness. Back, or into the next circle of hell, I don't know. But I pray this is the path that leads me home.